What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. So my Jeep install videos are usually kind of short, and the reason I'm doing that is because I've had some comments say, hey, get to the point. So some of my installs that I would normally drag out a little bit, I've tried to be a little shorter on. If it helps y'all watch the video, that's what I do this for anyway, is help you guys out, and it helps me out a little bit. But I want to show y'all how to do this stuff as well. So what today is we're going to be installing these new Quadratec floor mats, and I'm going to tell you what I think about them, because if y'all watched the unboxing video, I was talking about how I didn't know how this would feel on your foot. Now, a lot of times I wear flip-flops. Just easier to get off and on. I'm usually in a hurry. I can throw the things on, hit the bricks, and I'm out the door and I'm on my way. So when I wear flip-flops, I usually drive barefooted. Now, I know you're not supposed to do that, but I think it's more dangerous to drive in flip-flops than it is to drive barefooted, because your flip-flop sometimes gets hung in that floor mat and then you're in trouble. So I'd much rather just drive barefooted than drive with flip-flops on. And these things felt a little hard to me, and they have an aggressive traction. Let me pull one out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. You can see it's kind of got a tire tread on it. I think that's pretty cool. I think it matches the ruggedness of a Jeep. And this kind of looks like a BFG tread or something like that to me. And it has the Quadratec logo down here. I do need to cut off this little warning label or whatever. But, and then it's got your little nibs on the back to help from sliding. But both of them do have these little locking places right here. Now, I do want to say that these apparently do fit, several years. Like it says 87 to 02 for CJ and Wranglers. So these take several years. Now, if you have an older one, like mine is an 05, so I don't need this piece. And I didn't know that in the unboxing video because I hadn't read it yet. But this piece right here is for the driver's side, and it fits in this hole right here, which is in the front, but that yellow piece is in the way. It fits in this hole to keep it from sliding up underneath your feet into the pedals. Now, luckily for me, both my sides have this nib on it, so I don't need to use that. And they do have a limited lifetime warranty. I would also like to say it comes with a template, whereas if you need that little nib piece to actually lock it down, they'll give you a template to show you where to cut your hole at. So let's get on with the install, and then I'll tell you my first impressions and whether or not I think it's going to hurt my feet. Let me get the camera up here. Okay, now as you can see, I do have some cheap floor mats in here already. Don't know where they got these. They kind of look like a Walmart special or something. They were really soft on my foot. I did like riding with these barefooted, but you can tell there's not much lip right here, maybe just a little bit, but there's definitely not as much lip as there is in these. I mean, you can see just how much this is going to cover right here. I'm trying to get it sideways to show y'all. That raises up pretty high, so if you spill something in this floor mat, it's probably not going to flow out into the floor. Now, I also want to say this thing still has the factory floor mats in it. They just put that plastic floor mat over it, and the factory floor mat basically looks like a brand new floor mat. I mean, there's literally nothing on it. So I'm probably going to keep these, and then if I ever decide to sell the Jeep or something, I'll just send it along with it. Sorry about the sniffling. It's a little bit of allergy season here, and my allergies are kind of getting to me. But let's put this in. I don't know if you can see or not. Let me see if I can pull the camera around this way just a little bit. Mine does have this little nib right here, which will coincide with this hole right here, and it will lock it into place. So let's slide this thing down, and right there should be how it sits. So let me take this camera off and show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see how well it kind of fits up in here. It really comes up on the side right here. It comes up on the side right here, and they fit in there fairly well. It's not as tight as my Huskies are in my Tundra, but it fits pretty good, and you can see how that locks in place and then doesn't allow it to actually come up or slide up underneath your feet. But overall, I think it will give you pretty good protection from stuff that you drop in the floorboard. So let's go over and put the passenger side in now. Okay, again, we actually have the The one that looks like it might have come from Walmart. I'm assuming that's where it come from. This thing is extremely heavy. We're actually losing a lot of weight. It's weight reduction for these as well. But we're gonna get those out of there. We're gonna take out the factory floor mat, which looks just as good on this side as it did the other. And then let me move the camera over just a little bit. Sorry to jack it down so fast, but I still have the nib on this side as well. And if you look right here, you can see the stain in the seat from where my wife fell in the creek the other day and got back in the Jeep. I guess I'm going to clean that. It was just creek water. I assumed it would dry up and you'd never be able to tell it, but there's a nice little water outline right there. So I guess I'm going to clean that seat now. Let's get this and put in just like the other side. And there you have it. Let me take it off the tripod. I'll show you what we're looking at. Okay, again, just like the other side, you can see how it forms really well in here. It even forms around your jack handle right here. It does a good job there as well. And you can see how deep this is. So I think it will trap anything that should spill in here. Now you can still, you know, it does angle down here, so you could probably still get stuff up underneath it right up here. But for the most part, this should be a good catch-all floor mat. The only place I see anything that might really get in is this hole right here. It's a pretty big hole, and if you spill something liquid right there, it could actually get down in that hole. But it's not going to be nowhere near as bad as just having regular floor mats in it. Okay, the moment of truth, what do I think about them? So I'm in the Jeep, I've got my flip-flops on, let's take them off. I can honestly say, I can find one of these blocks that look like a tire tread and get my foot on it, and it does kind of fit in between them a little bit, but if you get it on the edge of that, it is sharp. It is pretty sharp, and I feel like that they're big enough tread that if you got your flip-flop in it, you could definitely get that locked down and have an issue. If you have on tennis shoes or boots or hiking boots or whatever it is, you know, you won't have a problem at all. But if you're like me, and a lot of times you run to the store, you're running out or something like that, and you're just throwing on flip-flops going, these could be a little bit sharp on your feet. And like I said, I think you can actually manage it around to where you could get it in between them. But if you was going on a longer trip, I still think your feet would get a little sore. Now, am I going to change these out? No. I like these. They're a catch-all floor mat. It was exactly what I was looking for. It's just going to be a little bit of an inconvenience, but I'm leaving them in the Jeep because I think it looks good. So I guess it's kind of like women with their shoes. I'm going to deal with a little bit of pain just to look good. I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'll put a link in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you guys next time.